All right, awesome. I'm going to get us started. Welcome everyone to the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. We hope you're ready. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping announcements. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to the presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. And I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that's going to be the Catholic University of America.
Hi, everyone. My name is Abby Billings. I'm one of the Associate Deans at the Catholic University of America. And in addition to working with some freshman students coming from Pennsylvania, I also work with our transfer students as well. So to get started, a little bit about the Catholic University of America. We are located right in Washington, D.C., and we are a smaller university. We have around 3,100 undergraduates, and about 80% of our students do self-identify as Catholic. Now, it's not required that you be Catholic to attend the Catholic University. We have our name because we received our charter directly from the Vatican itself. A majority of our students, though, do identify as Catholic, and there are plenty of ways to practice your faith if you wish to do so on campus. At the same time, if you're not Catholic, you are still welcome here, and there are still many, many ways you can get involved with the campus community. In terms of facts with the university, so we were founded in 1887. As I said, we received our charter from the Vatican itself. We're also a research university. So there's 34 on-campus research centers that you can get involved with. We're a residential campus community within Washington, D.C., so the majority of our students are living on campus. We have a 3-year residency requirement, so students will live on campus through junior year, and then seniors have the option to live on or off. And our students are coming from all over the country and all over the world. We have 46 states as well as 33 different countries represented. From the beginning of their time here at Catholic, students are supported every step of the way. We have an integrated approach to advising, so students get an advisor through our Center for Academic and Career Success who will stay with them all 4 years. This advisor is not only helping you find classes, build your schedule, but also help you decide what it is you want to do after graduation. One of the big ways through that is internships. We have over 3,000 internship opportunities available for students. Being in a city means not only are there government offices, but also businesses, nonprofits, schools, healthcare centers. So you can see just a handful on the screen of some of the places our students have interned. Outside of the classroom, there's also a lot to get involved with as well. We know that that experience is just as rewarding as what you're doing inside the classroom. So we have over 100 different student clubs and organizations, everything from professional societies to cultural clubs to political groups. We also have 25 Division III varsity teams, as well as 9 club sports, 16 intramural leagues, and 2 fitness centers. So a lot of ways to stay fit and active as well. On the whole, each week there's probably between 40 to 50 different events taking place on campus. So there is always something to do and always something going on for our students to take part in. Turning to academics, a lot of different areas you can study here at Catholic. We have over 70 different undergraduate majors, as well as over 60 different minors and certificates that you can add on to your overall degree. So if you have more than one area of interest, you can certainly study those areas here at Catholic. In addition, if you're looking to go to medical school, dental school, veterinary school, or law school, we also have 4 pre-professional advising programs for students looking to specifically do something within those fields. These are the schools that we offer our undergraduate degrees from. Just some highlights: our School of Arts and Sciences is our largest school on campus, home to some of our most popular programs like media studies, politics, psychology. The Bush School of Business and our Conway School of Nursing kind of round out the next top programs. Our Conway School of Nursing is a direct entry program as well. All of our programs are designed to be completed in 4 years. Many of them also offer accelerated degree options, master's degrees, PhDs as well. In terms of the application deadline, timeline, it's pretty straightforward for us. On August 1st, our application opens and becomes available for students. November 15th is our spring application deadline. So if you're looking to start in spring 2022, you still have about a week or so to get your application in. We accept applications via Common App. Early January is then when our spring semester will start. We typically review our applications on a rolling basis. So as they're completed, we're able to get a decision out, typically usually between about 7 to 10 business days after an application file is completed, we can send out that decision. May 15th is our priority deadline for the fall semester, so we encourage students to apply by then, but you really do have until July 15th if you're looking to start for fall 2022 to get your application in. Again, we review applications on a rolling basis. We'll typically start reviewing for fall applicants sometime in early to mid-March. And then our fall semester begins in late August. Students are reviewed for merit scholarships. There's no separate application for any scholarship considerations. Our overall general university merit scholarships can range from $17,000 to $24,000 per year. Additionally, if you are a parishioner at a Catholic church, either on your own or through your family, you qualify for our parish scholarship, which is an additional $4,000 per year. If you had a parent, grandparent, or sibling who received any degree from our university, we also offer an additional $1,000 legacy grant. You can apply for the parish scholarship and the legacy grant within the Common App. We built them in as member questions, so it's not a separate form you need to send in. Additionally, if you're a member of Phi Theta Kappa, we do also offer a $3,000 Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. You can earn any combination of these scholarships together. In terms of next steps, how you can further connect with the university. So you can connect with us, with our counselors. We have 3 counselors that work with transfer students, myself, Andrew Cox, and Rachel Bottolato. We offer one-on-one meetings. When students are admitted to the university, we will also review them for credit evaluation. You can follow our social media channels. You can also, visit campus. We have some upcoming virtual events as well as in-person visits. So if you'd like to stop by campus for an in-person session and tour, you're more than welcome to do so. Thank you so much. That is all I have for Catholic University. Please feel free, if you have any questions, to send them my way.
Thanks so much. All right, next up, we have East Carolina University.
Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Perfect. All right, well, again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Allie Hortonberry. I am the freshman and transfer recruiter for the state of Virginia. So it's so nice that we have some students watching this. So just to jump right into some basics about ECU. We are the 3rd largest of the University of North Carolina system schools within the state of North Carolina. We actually come in just below 29,000 students, so 28,651 totally enrolled to be exact. While we do have the large school opportunities and options for our students coming in at 87 bachelor's degrees, as you can see on the right side of the screen there, we do maintain a small school feel with a 19-to-1 student faculty ratio and an average class size of 28. Of the 28,651 students, we do have 90% of those students coming from the state of North Carolina and 10% coming from out of state. For student life, we have over 500 student clubs and organizations with 15 campus ministries and 38 Greek organizations. And we do have a large event in the fall called Barefoot on the Mall. And what that is a big student activities fair. There's live music, free things, free food, all that good stuff to get you really acclimated when you do step foot on ECU for the first time. And that is for all students, both transfer and freshmen. We do have 15 residence halls located in 3 neighborhoods. As a transfer student, as long as you have more than 24 credit hours, you do not have to live on campus. We have a great off-campus housing program and department that is going to help you to live off campus. And then we have our housing department to live on campus if that is what you want to do. You can also have the commuter meal plan or the on-campus meal plan, whatever your living situation is. We have 31 different dining locations. That's going to include 2 dining halls, 6 convenience markets, and 23 national names like Chick-fil-A. We have the only Raising Cane's in the state. We have a few different Starbucks, as Chili's. We have some food trucks that come on campus as well, kind of a rotation of those. And again, flexible meal plans, no matter what you want and need out of your dining experience at ECU. For academics, like I mentioned, we have 87 different bachelor's degrees. We have 70 master's programs and 18 doctoral programs. So lots of career pathways or pathways to get whatever career path you are looking for. To give you guys an idea of the broad spectrum of programs we offer, our top undergraduate programs are going to be nursing, management, marketing, psychology, and elementary education. We actually do graduate the most nurses and teachers within the state of North Carolina, and we are the only school in the state to have a dental school, medical school, and College of Engineering at the same institution. If you're unsure of where we are as far as our location, we're in Greenville, North Carolina. That's going to have our main campus, our athletics facilities, our health science campus, and our West Research campus. To give you guys a bit of context, I actually do live and work in Richmond, Virginia. It's about a 2.5-hour drive. There's never any traffic going south to Greenville. So it's about a 2.5-hour drive from Richmond, and then probably roughly 5 hours without traffic from DC. And I believe it comes in at 5 or 6 hours from Charlottesville. Some students don't know that we do have a smaller campus outside of Manteo, North Carolina in the Outer Banks. It's about 2 hours from main campus, and it houses our integrated coastal studies program. So students do have the option to study in the Outer Banks for a semester, a year, 4 semesters, however long you want to be there. For athletics, we have 18 different NCAA Division I sports. We participate in the American Athletic Conference, and students do get free tickets to regular season home games with no lottery system. So that's pretty cool. Game day in Greenville, as you can see in the bottom right corner, is huge here at ECU. That's Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, again on game day where our Pirates are playing. We also have in the bottom our new main campus student center. So students do spend a lot of time at the student center there. They have some dining options. We have the Dowdy Student Store. We have some study spaces, some meeting spaces, and a black box theater. So, and a lot of our campus resources there as well. And the main campus is above that. And then again, I have that map there with some of the larger cities on the East Coast to give you some context of where we are. So applying to ECU obviously is going to be very important. Some of the deadlines in the bottom there, but to apply to ECU as a transfer student, you will just need to submit your online application, probably on just Navigator. That's pretty much the most advantageous avenue to take to apply as a transfer to ECU. It's the quickest. We have a $75 application fee with fee waivers accepted if you inquire with our transfer office. We have, we'll need your college transcripts. We will need high school transcripts if you have less than 24 credit hours to transfer in. And then we are test blind for 2022 students. Our application always opens up on August 1st. Our spring deadline is coming up on December 6th. That's a little less than a month away. Summer deadline is April 25th, and our fall deadline is July 1st. To stay connected, you can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, ECU Admissions. transfer@ecu.edu is our general transfer email. I will have my specific email here in a second. And we are offering in-person and virtual tours, live info sessions. We do have live info sessions, live virtual info sessions just for transfers. So you will get a little bit more transfer information. And then we have live virtual student panels as well. And I've dropped our link there for our visit information. And then this is me. So staying connected with me is very important. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can either ask in the Q&A or you can give me a call. You can text me. You can shoot me an email. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is a Go Pirates. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Next up, we have Christopher Newport University.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for the virtual transfer fair. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. Okay. So I'm Chelsea Mullins, and I'm with Christopher Newport University. I'm the Assistant Director of Transfer Admission and Enrollment. So I work with students through both the admission process as well as getting them enrolled in their first semester at Christopher Newport. And we are a public liberal arts and sciences university located in Newport News, Virginia. So we are near the coast on the peninsula of Virginia. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes us special. While the number of applications to Christopher Newport have really grown over the years, we have chosen to stay at about 5,000 students because we feel that's the right size where we're large enough that you have a wide variety of opportunities, but we're small enough that you won't feel like you're just a number. Faculty and staff will know you by name and be there to support you every step of the way. We also pride ourselves in great teaching. 90% of our faculty have the highest degree in their field. And more importantly, they are very passionate about engaging and advising students inside and outside the classroom. They're accomplished teacher scholars, and they even include undergraduates in their research and serve as mentors. We have small class sizes here. More than half of our classes have about 19 or fewer students, and less than 5% have 50 students or more. So you're not going to find those large arena style classes or teaching assistants at Christopher Newport, both of which you would find at many state schools. But we have the best professors teaching undergraduate students, and they're really passionate about what they do. Our campus is beautiful, so I would strongly encourage all of you to come and take a personal tour, or you can also engage in our virtual tour experience online. But you'll have the opportunity to see inside some of our beautiful buildings. We have state-of-the-art teaching and learning facilities, as well as extraordinary residence halls and other student life facilities. We have some of the most beautiful residence halls, I think, in the country. We also enjoy a wonderful sense of community here, and you'll experience it when you come to campus to take a tour. And just walking around campus, you'll find that we have a speaking tradition. Students may speak to you, and faculty and staff will hold the door for you and look you in the eye as you walk by. As a student here, you'll really get to know your faculty and peers because we are a smaller school, and you'll find that tight-knit community on campus. So the combination of all these factors usually describes what you would find at a private college, but we are a public university and still have that kind of private college feel. So a little more about the CNU experience. We have more than 90 areas of study. And so there's a lot of majors, minors, and concentrations to choose from, and they are listed on our website if you'd like to browse what we offer. As part of the liberal arts and sciences curriculum here, all students are also required to take classes that satisfy the liberal learning core requirements. If you are earning an associate's degree from a Virginia Community College System school or from Richard Bland, these requirements are actually satisfied with the exception of the foreign language. We have over 200 clubs and organizations on campus, and so we really encourage students to get involved and outside of the classroom and be actively engaged in campus life. And that's a large number for a school of our size. Our clubs and organizations include Greek life, pre-professional organizations such as Pre-Dentistry Club, faith-based groups, club and intramural sports, and we even have a Quidditch team and coloring club, lots of hobby-based groups to choose from as well. And our primary focus here is the undergraduate experience. And so of the 5,000 students here, less than about 200 are in our master's programs. And so the majority of our programming resources go to elevating the undergraduate experience. And so our undergraduate students have lots of opportunities such as undergraduate research, academic publication, and other experiences that are often reserved for graduate students elsewhere. We also have one of the most competitive Division III athletic programs in the country, and we have 24 varsity sports. And our students spend lots of time outside of the classroom, getting involved on campus, giving back to the community. And CNU is really just a great place to live and learn. We are a highly residential campus, and we are also a values-driven institution. So we encourage students to live by the core values of CNU: leadership, service, honor, and excellence. And that's really at the foundation of everything we do here. Our application dates for spring, our application is open until December 10th. And so we are approaching our application deadline, but there is still time to apply for the spring semester for 2022 if you're interested. And then our fall application, our priority date is March 1st. So we encourage students to apply early and apply by our priority application date. So that way they can be considered early, and also if we need to gather any other information or support them through the admission process, we can. The application closes July 17th, so students have up until then to apply for fall 2022. We accept the common application as well as a coalition application, and you can find the links to those applications as well as any other information related to our application process on our website. And these are some ways you can connect with us. We offer in-person tours as well as virtual, and we encourage students to participate in an admission interview, either in person on campus or virtually. So thank you so much.
Wonderful, thank you. Next up, we have Marymount University.
You guys hear me?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. So my name is Chris Valenti. I will be representing Marymount University as an admissions counselor. I typically work with first-year students. Unfortunately, our transfer counselor had an emergency and I'm kind of filling in for him. So I apologize if I'm not more geared towards the transfer experience. I'll try to touch on a little bit about what I know. So for those of you that don't know, Marymount is located in Arlington, Virginia. We are about 6 miles outside of DC on the Virginia side across the Potomac. I would give you guys a time, but depending on what time of the day that is, that could be 3 hours, it could be 15 minutes. So I'll keep it short and say 6 miles. In orange here, you can see kind of our core values. These are really what Marymount is all about, and you'll kind of see how those play in a role at Marymount and as your experience and with your experience at Marymount, sorry. We are also a Catholic university. However, actually, surprisingly, only 30% of our students identify as Catholic. And by no means are we going to make you go to church on Sundays. We're not going to make you take any Catholic courses or anything like that. The only requirement that our faith does have for students is that you're going to have to take 2 theology courses. That could be in things like world religion. That could be in religious approaches to death. That could be in, I don't know. There's a long list to choose from, but by no means will we make you guys take any Catholic classes. Just want to clear the water. So at Marymount, our average class size is going to be around 17 students. We have about 2,300 undergrad students. Some of these need to be updated, so I apologize. Something that's really interesting to me at Marymount is that we actually have more countries and states represented. We have around 78 different countries represented in our student body and only about 45 different states. Every single one of our students, undergrad, transfer, first year, will complete an internship. I don't like to use the word guaranteed or required. I like to use the word guaranteed. Every college within the university has an advisor. They're going to help you with your resumes, your applications. They're going to be checking in with your site supervisors, making sure you're actually getting the experience that we want our students to receive. And then we have around a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. So your classroom settings are going to be very personalized. The professors are going to know your names, your interests. They're going to know if you show up to class or not. And I heard this in someone else's presentation, but you really aren't going to be a number at Marymount. You're going to be first and last name. And 97% of our first year students are receiving financial aid. I will mention our transfer students are eligible for anywhere between $10,000 and $16,000 in merit scholarship. That's renewable all 4 years as long as you maintain the GPA requirement. I did mention internships. They are guaranteed. You guys can imagine being so close to the nation's capital, how many different opportunities there are. We've had students intern in the White House, in the Capitol building, the State Department, the Pentagon. Pretty much almost anywhere you guys can imagine in DC, we probably had a Marymount student walk through those halls. Won't spend too much time there. We do have a large study abroad program. It's probably one of our largest departments outside of academics. Every year we're sending students all around the world, a part of our global global initiative, sorry. Surprisingly, not surprisingly actually, our most popular trips happen during spring break. So they're only about 7 to 10 days. You're going to come back with either 3 to 6 credits. You're going to get to experience a new culture, a new part of the world, all while earning credits for Marymount. So it's not like you're just going for as much as you would like to for vacation or anything. You do get to do all the fun things that the country has to offer, but you're there for education. We do have 20 different varsity athletic teams. We are Division III, so unfortunately there's no athletic scholarships. Pretty competitive. However, if you guys aren't into the varsity level of sports, we do have clubs and intramurals for less competitive, less of a time commitment, those kind of things. We have over 30 different clubs and organizations. This list is ever growing with new students coming in. Our two most popular are going to be Student Government Association and then Fashion Club. With Student Government Association, because we are a small campus and a small school, it is very easy to get a new club started. It's very easy to get your opinion heard. If you don't like something, it's very easy to go to Student Government Association and have your voice matter on our campus. Just to kind of attest to how easy it is to start a crazy club, I always forget to tell people this, so I apologize, but I graduated from Marymount in 2020. But my junior year, one of my buddies, he started a club called Canoe Battleship. We put canoes in the swimming pool where the swim team swims laps and has their meets, buckets in the canoes, and then you had to try to you had to try to sink the other canoes. So if you guys can imagine something crazy like that, something fun to get the campus involved, chances are of it becoming a club or becoming an intramural sport are very, very likely at Marymount. We have over 40 different programs of study. Very unique opportunities here. So you can double major, you can major in minor, you can major in double minor, you can double major, double minor. Really the choice is kind of yours here. And with the amount of minors that we do offer, it's very easy to kind of align to whether you want to do like business and sports management and go work for the Wizards or the Capitals, or if you wanted to go do criminal justice and psychology and go into law enforcement. The opportunities and the roads that you guys can take here are, like I said, not endless, but they're almost endless. And then we do have accelerated programs that you guys can take advantage of. So if you guys did want to get your master's and your bachelor's degree, save some time, save some money, we do have those to offer. We are rolling admission. So you can apply today, you can apply tomorrow, in 2 weeks. The application's free, so there's no reason not to apply, and I apologize, this is the first year admissions requirements. We will need any transcripts that you've received from any colleges that you've previously attended, either 2 years or 4 year. And you can transfer up to 64 from a 2 year, and then an additional 20 if you are coming from a 4 year institution. Thank you, everybody, and reach out to us if you guys have any questions.
Thank you so much. All
Thank
right,
you.
next up we have Shenandoah University.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kelsey Shemansky. I'm the Assistant Director for Transfer Recruitment. If you are not familiar with Shenandoah, we are a small private university. We're located in Winchester, Virginia, so we are in the Shenandoah Valley. We have just over 4,000 students total. That's split pretty evenly between our undergraduate and our graduate programs. Even though we're a small university, we do have 8 different schools and divisions. Our College of Arts and Sciences is our largest school. It's also home to our Division of Education and Leadership, where we offer programs in elementary, middle, and secondary licensure. And it's also home to our Division of Applied Technology, where we have programs in computer science, information technology, virtual reality. We have our School of Business, which is AACSB accredited. Our School of Nursing is a direct entry nursing program. So when you apply to our nursing program, you will have taken your 48 credits of prerequisites at your community college or your previous institution. And then when you transfer to Shenandoah, you will have a guaranteed seat in the nursing program. Our conservatory has programs in music, theater, and dance, which is very unique for a conservatory. Many conservatories only offer 1 or 2 specializations. And then we have our graduate programs in the School of Health Professions and the School of Pharmacy. Now, Shenandoah is part of the I Am Learning program, so all students do receive a MacBook Pro, an iPad, and an Apple Pencil. And this just ensures that all of our students are on the same learning platform. It makes it very easy to do group work. If something needs to be done online, all faculty, staff, and students are utilizing the same platform. Transfer students are paying for this each semester. And if you choose not to keep your technology when you graduate, you can just return it. Otherwise, you can always buy it out when you graduate. Now, I can't talk about Shenandoah without talking about a big piece of our mission statement, which is to make local learners. And we do this a few different ways. We have traditional study abroad, where students can go for a semester or a year abroad. We also have global experiential learning trips. So these are about 2 weeks in length. And instead of sitting in a 3-credit course throughout the entire semester, you get to travel abroad for about 2 weeks and get those credits. And then we have our most popular study abroad option, which is Global Citizenship Project. This is very unique to Shenandoah. There is no credit offered with this. It's just an experience that happens over spring break for students, and it is funded by the university. So it's very competitive, but if students are selected, they get to travel over their spring break to a different country, and it's always really exciting for them. And then they come back and share that with the Shenandoah community. We do have a very active campus life, even though we're a small university. As transfer students, you do have the option to live on campus. We can guarantee housing for students for the entire time they are at Shenandoah. Our upperclassmen dorms are suite style, so you would share with a roommate, have your own private bathroom, and then you can take part in all the different clubs and organizations we have on campus, regardless of whether you are a commuter or a residential student. We are an NCAA Division III athletic school, so we certainly follow that student athlete model. Our student athletes are very much students first and athletes second. They perform very highly in their classes as well as on the field. If you're interested in athletics, we can certainly connect you with one of our coaches. They'd be happy to talk with you about that process. And if you're not a student athlete, we do encourage you to go check out their games because they are all free to you as students. I know I mentioned the conservatory where we have programs in music, theater, and dance. We also have over 400 performances a year. These range from student performances to professional guest artists that we bring in. And I recommend to students, whether they're in the conservatory or not, to check those out. Again, it's free. And this is some really top level talent, not just the guest artists that we bring in, but also our students. Many of our students go on to Broadway or do film and TV. So it's very cool for you to be able to see them in person on our campus. In addition to all of the different activities that we offer, we also have a really strong support network at Shenandoah. One of the ways that we really cultivate this is through Transfer Connection. This is a special monthly meeting that we have just for transfer students, just to acclimate you to Shenandoah and our campus. We know that even though you've done college before, you haven't done college at Shenandoah. And so this is just an additional piece to help ensure that you are successful while you are here with us. And then now let's talk a little bit about the admissions process. Now that we've kind of gone over the university, in terms of admission, we do operate on rolling admission. So we are currently reviewing applications for spring 2022 and fall 2022. So you can apply at any point. I always recommend the sooner you can apply, the better. All that we need from you is the online application. We use our own application, so it's on our website. We do not use the Common App. So we use our very own application. You submit that, and then just request your official transcripts from each institution that you've attended. If you have over 24 college credits, we do not need your high school transcripts. You're welcome to send them, but those are not necessary as long as you've completed over 24 credits. We're also able to give you transfer credit for most coursework completed with a grade of C- or better. We're always happy to take a look at your transcripts and see how your courses will transfer. And if you're planning to get that associate's degree from one of our Virginia community colleges or Richard Bland, you do fall under our guaranteed admissions agreement. So you would be offered guaranteed admission, 60 transfer credits, junior standing, and you'll have better general education requirements. And there's my contact information. I hope to hear from you.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, we are now going to move on to the next portion of our session today. So I'd like to welcome all of the presenters back on screen. We can hear from you each one more time. Thanks again. Alrighty, so I'm going to ask a couple questions here. We'd love to hear some additional input from you. So what advice would you give someone going through the transfer process? I'm going to jump back to the Catholic University of America.
I would definitely recommend, if there's schools that you're looking to apply to as a transfer student, definitely visiting the campus. There's a lot of great virtual programming, which is, good if your schedule's really wonky or, travel doesn't align up. But when you can step foot on a campus, that can make such a difference in terms of feeling if this is really the school for you. A lot of, things may fit on paper, but actually being on the campus and getting a sense of the campus community is something that I think really needs to be done in person, especially as you narrow it down to a school that you're looking to transfer to. It's probably not the same amount as when you were applying as a freshman. So definitely getting the chance to visit is something that I would strongly encourage all students to take advantage of.
Thanks so much. East Carolina University, what is your advice?
Yeah, I think, and I know that situations happen where you maybe want to transfer, kind of last minute, you want to go the next semester, but if you're going to, eventually transfer out, especially if you're, pursuing your associates, you're at a community college, go ahead and get an idea for where you might want to go as early as possible, just because it makes it so much easier getting the requirements done to transfer in if there are some requirements, and just things like that. It just makes that process that much smoother to give yourself that time to transition.
Thank you very much. Christopher Newport, what is your advice?
I would recommend students to connect with the university that they're interested in applying to early on. So even if you're planning to transfer in fall 2023, it's not too early to reach out to us and start asking questions, take a tour. We can even advise you on what classes to take that will transfer the best for your major, especially if you're attending a Virginia Community College or Richard Bland. We encourage you to follow our advising guides if there's a particular major you're interested in, especially for those studying science or business. We encourage you to connect with us early so that we can advise you as well.
Thank you. Marymount University, what is your advice?
Yeah, well, you guys all took my answers. I'm kind of just a combination of all three of those. I think my biggest advice when I'm talking to first year students in particular, so I guess this does go for transfers, is but definitely visit the campus. Sure, if we're on the East Coast and you're looking at UCLA or Cal State or somewhere on the West Coast, it might be difficult to travel. I know the pandemic's still a thing in all over the world actually. So it's hard to travel, but there's no real feeling of the first steps that you feel when you first walk onto a college campus. I know it's really cliche, but when I first visited Marymount, my mom really just saw it in my eyes, and she could just tell that it was my home for the next 4 years. So I think it's very important to just see the campus and just envision yourself as a student. Do you see yourself walking from this building to this building? Do the people look friendly? Are they talking to you? You're a complete stranger to these people. Are they smiling? Are they waving? Are they nice to you? Those kind of things. So it's very important to kind of not just see the buildings and the campus, but the people that you're going to be living with the next 2, 3, 4 years, not 4, because you guys are transfers. Sorry. I'm in my first year of mine, but you guys get what I'm really trying to say. So that's my advice.
Thank you. And Shenandoah, what is your advice?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what everyone else has said as well. My advice is always to not be afraid to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. We know that you may be looking at a bunch of different schools and everybody has different requirements. So if you have a question, just ask. Don't be afraid to stop by and see us if we're doing a table visit at your school, or give us a call or send us an email. We all want to see you be successful.
Thank you. All right, let's do one more question here. What is one thing you want students to remember at your school? We'll jump back to the Catholic University.
I want students to remember that at Catholic, you can combine a lot of really competing interests into one. We are, a traditional college campus, but we're in the heart of the city. We are a small liberal arts school, but we have so many different majors from, the arts and sciences to nursing to music to engineering. So you don't have to give up one thing to get another. We really do kind of combine a lot of what would be competing interests here at our university that, you may not get at other schools.
Thank you. All right, East Carolina, what is your one thing?
I would just say I would want them to remember how dedicated everybody across campus is to helping them in their time with us through, professor relationships, but also staff relationships. We do have that Finish in 4 initiative across campus where we're dedicated to having students finish their degree in 4 years. For transfers, obviously, take that time that you'll be here plus whatever you have already. But just to our resources, to our staff, our faculty, how dedicated we are to supporting you in your academics and your social life and your residential life and all that good stuff.
Thank you. Christopher Newport, what is your one thing?
I think one of the most special things about CNU is that we educate students, but we also care about both their minds and hearts. And I know that sounds cliche, but we really care about students getting involved in the community and getting involved outside of the classroom and growing as a person. And that's a big part of what we do as a liberal arts and sciences university is, yes, we want you to be excellent in your field and be well educated and competitive in the workforce, but we also want you to be a good citizen and become a leader in whatever your next endeavor will be. So.
Thank you. Marymount, what is your one thing?
And I really wish I was going first for these questions. My one thing, well, the one thing that I remember most about Marymount from my experience is just how friendly and family-ish the community at Marymount is, whether it's from your peers, the people that are living down the hall in the dorms, your professors, the faculty members. It's just everyone's out looking out for one another. And I think that's what I will remember for the rest of my life about Marymount. I graduated almost 2 years ago, and one of my freshman professors at our open house, he remembered my name. He remembered what class I was in. If I asked, he probably would have been able to tell me where I sat. And that just really spoke volume to me that, wow, he's had hundreds and hundreds of freshman students since I was in his class 6 years ago. And just the fact that he remembered me really kind of spoke volume. Like, wow, he really did have an impact, not just my first year, but my college career. And I think that's what I'll remember most, just how friendly and family and the environment is.
Thank you. And Shenandoah, what is your one thing?
The one thing I would like students to remember about Shenandoah is just our sense of community. We have a really strong transfer presence on campus, and the staff and the faculty really help welcome them into the Shenandoah community. It's a really wonderful place where students can grow and achieve their career goals.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to wrap things up for us. So thank you so much to our presenters for your time and all the information you brought forth. Thank you to our participants for spending the evening with us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions or go and look at some of the ones that maybe you have missed. And all of the recordings will be available at strivescan.com/Virginia. Thanks so much and have a wonderful evening.
Thanks so much, Chelsea.
Bye-bye.